Howdy there, friends, and welcome back to Squatober, day 28. 28, really getting close. 2 days until Maxon. Wild. Hope you've all been well. If you're new here, I'm Shark. It's nice to meet you. I guess let's go ahead and get into our program.
For those of you who don't know what Squatober is a month-long program that tells you how you should work out every day of October, and at the end of the month, you go for a PR squat. Now, if you have small legs or been called chicken legs at least once in your life, I recommend checking out Sore Neck Squatober on Instagram and giving their program a shot. Now, back to the video.
Today's program is titled The Day Before the Day Before. The first thing on today's program is back squat 5 sets of 3 reps at 65%.
Move weight fast and snappy.
2-minute rest in between sets. The second thing is snatch grip deadlift, 4 sets of 4 reps, aiming for around 50 to 60% of your regular deadlift max. Same thing, 2-minute rest in between sets. The third thing, which I consider the last thing, standing barbell overhead press, 3 sets of 5 reps.
Strict upper body.
And then the last thing, which is cardio. It's got dumbbell concentration curls, 3 sets of 10 reps, superset with dumbbell shrugs, 3 sets of 10 reps. Well, anyway, we're not going to do that because I don't want to. That's pretty much it for today's program. It basically just has us like keeping our body warm because we have to max out in 2 days. So it's kind of just like keeping us active, in other words. I don't even know if I'm going to hit anything after this today. I haven't decided yet, but I don't know. Now, in typical shark fashion, we have the TNT, and it's shark flavored. I think there's real sharks in that. So let me go ahead and get my sleeves on, stretch out a little bit, and then I guess I'll see you over in our back squat. Yeah. Well, here we are at our first set of back squats, well, they're all the same, but this is 65% of our actual max. Off of 350, 65% put me at like 227. So ideally we do 230, but we don't have 2.5s, so it's 235. It's 5 sets of 3, and then I think we go into snatch grip like 4 sets of 4, something like that. I don't know. It was something weird. Point is, we had 5 sets of 3 of this. Here back for our second set of 3. First set didn't feel too bad, but my back definitely hurts off of this shit. I think for the PR squat Thursday, I'm probably going to go more for like a medium to close stance instead of a wide stance that I normally do. And the only reason for that is because, I don't know, I think I feel more confident with a closer stance for my knees and hips. But I guess we'll see when we get there. When I did 335 for 2 last time, that was about medium stanced. I don't know. Third set of 5. This really isn't going too bad, but it is hurting my upper back. I'm debating whether or not after this program is over, if I'm going to take like a longer break than normal. I mean, I was going to have the weekend off, but I'm wondering if I should do like a 5-day off kind of thing, trying to heal my back as best as possible. It's definitely not helping my rhomboid squatting as much as we are squeezing my back every time we do a squat, you know. Squatting every day of October is not ideal. Second year in a row, though. Number 4. 5 sets of 3 really isn't that bad, but I kind of wish it would have had us at 3 sets of 5. It just made it a lot easier and quicker, but it's all right. I keep fucking around my form, though, because my back does hurt off of this shit. And being that I took a nap, I still have, like, the, tight contracted muscles, like the sleepy muscles, we'll call them. So my knees and hips, not the happiest with this right now, but it's all right. I saw something about this the other day. We're always like eating exotic foods and shit, but what about exotic milks? You never get fucking lion's milk at the store. Food for thought. Numero 5. 5th and final set. And then we get to go do snatch grip deadlifts. And when I say get to go do, we're not going anywhere. We're still going to be right here. But yeah, last set of squats. It's really not that bad. Squats are now done. They are done. They're done. Gotta do snatch grip deadlift now. I think it's 4 sets of 4, but I'll check up on that. Honestly, really not that bad. My knee kind of hurts off of that, and obviously my back doesn't feel great. All right, no stranger to that, but I mean, it wasn't heavy enough weight where I feel like I should belt up from like my lower back or just to give myself more of a brace. It wasn't that heavy. This is 235. You know what I mean? Had we gone up to like fucking 335 or like 350, then I'd had a belt up for sure. But anyway, let me go ahead and get this into a little deadlift session, and I'll catch you then. Well, the next thing on the program is snatch grip deadlift. This is 4 sets of 4 of like 50 to 60 of your deadlift max, and that's your training max. 425, and I think I did 90%. I think that put me at like 380, something like that. And then, the 50, I went off of 55. I split the diff in between 50 and 60. That put me at like 210. I already had 225 on the bar, or 235. I just took off a 5, and then, I dropped it from the squat to the deadlift. 4 sets of 4. I mean, it's not that bad. The weird thing is it had us doing snatch grip. I'm not a big fan of snatch grip. That's just my personal preference. I don't think it's as good as doing a normal deadlift form, but again, I just follow the program. Guess we should go ahead and do our first set. That's set number 1. 3 more. Second set of 4. I'm just not a big fan of snatch grip. Probably seem like a complainer, but I just don't like it. I'd rather do regular deadlifting or just, snatch grip closer, I guess, instead of doing over under. But 4 sets of 4, and it's lightweight. It doesn't matter that much. Just not my preference, I suppose. Second set, done. Third set.
Ow, my hamstring.
Set number 4. And final set. So that's all right with me, sir. Well, that was it for snatch grip deadlift. Yeah, the last thing is overhead barbell press, I believe. So we really have not moved anywhere this entire gym session, which I guess is fine. But had this gym been like, really crowded at the time that I go, I mean, it's not going to be, but if it were, I would look like such a tool, dude. Like one guy that like never leaves the bench. Let me go ahead and get the overhead press set up, and I'll catch you then. This is our last thing on today's program, which is barbell overhead press. It says, 3 sets of 5. The thing it emphasized was strict upper body. I went ahead and took that as maybe don't go so heavy. So I'm not going heavy. We have a 35 on each side. If we're going light, we'd probably have on like a 25 on each side. If we're going heavy, we'd have maybe a 45 and a 10, maybe a 45 and a 5, somewhere with a 45 on it, and then small weight. So I took it as like a little medium light day. 3 sets of 5 with 35 on each side. Should be fine. I did warm up a little bit, and I figured out that my shoulders aren't the happiest. So that's good. My rear and delt slash rhomboids didn't like it when I did the behind the back shoulder press. I did that just to stretch out. I'm not doing that for this, but I mean, just to stretch out, and they really hated that. So I hated that. So I'm gonna do this for our first set of 5. Second set of 5. Let's crank them. And this is our last and final set of overhead press. Really not too bad. What I am noticing is my lower back is giving out a little bit. It's probably because I didn't stretch out that well. And but I don't really do overhead press too much. Now, what I could do to fix that problem, it's actually very easy. I just put on the belt that I have. Like I literally have my belt like 5 feet away. I'm not gonna do that. It's our last set. I don't really care that much. My form isn't terrible. It could be better, I think I'm gonna try and do a little bit stricter form on this last set, but in all honesty, I don't really give a fuck. Now after this, I think what I'm gonna do, I was debating it, but I realized how small I'm looking lately. I think I'm gonna do one really good set of the fuck. All right, chat, my mic is coming loose. What the fuck? Anyway, I think I'm gonna do like one really good set on each arm of shoulder flies, and then I'm gonna probably do like two bicep movements since today kind of seems like a back shoulder bi kind of day. That's what I see in my mind, I guess. Because tomorrow it has us doing incline press, and to me that seems like I should be doing a tricep thing right after that. From a bodybuilding perspective, I know we're not doing bodybuilding. I understand. I know this is powerlifting shit, but I gotta I gotta scratch that itch. You know what I mean? I really, really, really badly want one to squat 4 or 5 plus, but two really want my back to be fixed because this is awful, dude. This is definitely like the worst fucking injury that I've had in the gym so far, which is kind of mind boggling, really. The hamstrings were really bad, dude. Like it hurt to fucking drive, putting your foot on the pedal, dude. That was awful. But this, like, I feel like this and everything. If I like, I was putting stuff in my closet the other day, dude, and my back was fucking like popping, like the muscles literally were popping. That shit hurt, dude. I really, really want my back to be fixed. That's why I'm thinking about taking a break after this program's done. Let's go ahead and hit our last reps. That is it. I actually did do a lot stricter form. I ended up going closer and to target more of my shoulders than anything else. When you go a little bit wider, you get, at least in my opinion, I don't know if this is the correct scientific shit, but you get more front and delt when you're going closer. When you go a little bit more wide, I feel like you get more mid mixed into it. Maybe I'm wrong. I honestly don't care that much. But that said, we're done with our program. I think I'm gonna go again do like a set of shoulder flies on each arm, and then go and do some biceps just to wrap the day up. So that's pretty much me. I guess I'll see you all at the post down and close down. I'm gonna go try and get a pump on. I'll catch you around, homie. Oh, we're done for today. I did, like I said, I did a set of shoulders and I did two bicep movements. I mean, I feel kind of pumped right now. My back hurts, but in terms of arms, I feel pretty pumped. That's good. Maybe I should have done another set of shoulders, but I felt like probably shouldn't overdo it since, again, we have the big max day in like 2 days. I don't know. But I figure let's go ahead and check out the pump real quick and close this out. Well, with all that said, gamers, that wraps up today. Not a bad day. Really, just again, it's just prepping us, kind of just keeping us warm until Thursday, which is when we max out. 2 days, guys. 2 days and we max out. That's pretty crazy. Now, if you made it this far in the video, I want to thank you for being here. I appreciate you being here. I shall see you all tomorrow for day 29. Again, the day before, or well, not before, whatever. Again, I'll see you all tomorrow. If I don't see you, I want to wish you all a good morning, good afternoon, good night. I appreciate you all being here. Yep. Bye.